Saturday morning flight sim.
It's not morning, you drongo. It's evening.
Good morning, good day, good night, welcome to Positive Rates. Willy Canuck right here with you, and we got a special guest today. It's Nick from Hangar Studios 713. Nick, how the heck are you?
Hey guys, doing good. How about you?
Not bad. A little bit of an early rise for you, so I appreciate you coming along. Nick, I know sometimes a 5-hour time difference isn't helpful.
Nah, that's
big shout out to everybody in chat. I can see London Wolf. How you doing today? Brett plays in there as well. How you doing, Brett? He says, "Oh my God, I didn't miss it. I got here for the start." Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Jayhog says, "Morning, safe flight out for the day." Yeah. See you soon, Jayhog. Thanks for stopping in. Vroden the Great. That's just a few clouds. Yeah, this is real weather. We're not going to stick with this because it's not the point today. Today we're going to look at the Navion. Well, we've got two Navions, don't we, Nick? Why don't you talk us through the two models quickly? Just high-level summary.
First one's the Camair 480. It's a twin Navion. It has two twin 240 horsepower engines, hence the 480 name out of it. It's a pretty rare aircraft. There were only 33 ever built.
Okay.
For the Camair.
And I don't have that loaded yet, but we're going to look at that at some point at the next airport. We'll switch it up.
It's a bit of an ugly duckling, but through the years they've been modified, and I put out one that is highly modified. It has a speed kit on it.
Yeah.
It also has the Palo Alto tail section that they made for them so that they counteract for the torque.
Oh, right. Fair enough. I see Randy in the chat there. Sorry, Nick, give me a sec. I see Randy in the chat. He says it's 38 here, or 3B. I can't see this. That's 38. Sorry, Randy. Are you talking about temperature, or are you talking about something else? But welcome to the thing. Sorry, Nick. Please continue.
No, that's all right. It also, as you can see, it has two engines on it for the Camair instead of just the one that's on the nose. So where the one was on the nose,
yeah,
they took and extended the nose a little bit and put a cargo area in that nose compartment now. So it's kind of funky looking.
Yeah, we'll have a look. I got the. I think so. The one I'm looking at right now is the B, right? The Navion B.
Yeah, the Navion B, and then that was my second plane. It has the faster 260 horsepower engine in it.
Right.
Some of the Navions, they have up to 310 horsepower engine sitting in these things, and they're just overpowered for such a little plane. There's actually a There's one, I think they just finished with production. It's a TSIO 720. And
Okay.
the thing is just a beast. I mean, they had to extend the nose and everything just to fit the engine inside it.
It's they're very unique looking. I mean, if you compare them to a lot of even other airplanes from that era, you know, they've got a very distinct kind of bubble canopy and a very distinct nose if compared to a lot of other airplanes that have come out over the years.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a reason for that, because the original maker of them was North American. And North American is the producer of the P-51. So it does have some P-51 bloodline in the plane. So if you're looking at the tail, you can really notice it in the tail section. But yeah, it has the bubble canopy, the whole, you know, the whole 9 yards to go with it. It's a fun plane to fly.
Almost looks like a spaceship.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a 50s Cadillac or something, you know. It
does,
an older plane.
It's kind of like almost like a concept car from the 1940s, you know. Well, Randy, you are
Cadillac in the skies.
That's it, yeah. Oh, Randy, we're talking about temperature. Oh, right, 38. You must be in Australia, Randy, are you? Yeah, that's pretty warm. Right, well, let's jump into the cockpit. So I think what I'd like to do is just to exploit the airplane a bit. So we've got this tablet here. I'm going to try and turn on.
All kinds of goodies with that.
So, and this is really cool. So you can pretty much open everything up, can't you? So if we'll try the battery cover, the cargo door.
Click on them all. Click away. I'll tell you what they do when you're doing it.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm doing.
The battery will open up the battery door that's on the battery itself.
Yep.
The luggage will put the luggage out for you so you can play with it. The window dividers.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So I actually have views made for the plane. So if you go up to your
what camera?
Your toolbar, I guess it is, on the top.
Yep.
And then go to cockpit.
Yep.
Camera. And then scroll down, you'll see instruments.
Yep.
And click on instruments, and then you could cycle through those. And as you cycle through them, it actually goes through the checklist.
Very cool. Tie down.
Yeah, so
engine.
Yeah,
now look at this.
You could put the tie downs out, you could put the cover on it, and while you're outside like these in these views, you can actually click on them and put them away.
That is really cool.
There's a pitot flag cover, there's sumps. You could check the hydraulic fluid. You can check the oil.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. I think this is the only plane with a fully modeled engine in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say I've stopped on the engine because the level of detail in this is really cool.
There's 680,000 polygons just for the engine.
Wow. Yeah, that is something else, and it's a little bit of history as well. You know, people can actually see a bit of the guts in the engine.
You can see what an IO-520 looks like. There it is. It's glory. It's even got the hydraulic setup for it, and it has the air, the pump. It has. If you get back behind it, you can see the alternator. You can see the oil filter. I mean, it's got it all.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. I love it. Absolutely amazing. And then of course we got the. This is another thing I've never seen before. Is gas cap. Look at that. Actually being able to open
all the gas caps. You could click on them all and they'll close. There's a center tank one there that you missed to open, but you can open it from the outside too.
Yeah, I'll do that. Look at that. That's amazing. How do you do these animations? Absolutely amazing.
Just another animation. That's all. You see the one on the center there, the center tank? That door that's sitting there right below the canopy, you can click on it, and then it'll
right, okay, yeah, I see you. Yep. Hang on, let me just float around rather than going through the views. I don't, and of course, as you mentioned, you can cycle through all these views. But since we're out here,
you could do the checklist with it.
Yeah, that's really
you
cool.
kind of get on it, and then there's a there it is.
That is really nifty. There's luggage. Put luggage in.
Yeah, I actually have it. So if you have the tooltips on, you'll see it'll say first, stow second, stow third, stow fourth. So they go in order.
Look at that. That's it's brilliant work. I'm a big hand of applause, round of applause to you. Sorry, I'm not on camera here. Hello, guys. I'm even wearing my rodeo cap here today. Oh, Randy says he's from Nebraska. Okay, that's right. Yeah, this is really something. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, look at this. I'll put that. I just love how these well, that one maybe not so much, but the other one kind of did a wee spin as it screwed in.
Yeah, I have some do it faster than the others and whatnot. There's also wing sumps. You can check your fuel.
Okay. Hang on.
You'll have to get back in the cockpit though to turn on those because they're on a visibility code.
Let's jump back. In
there's
the cockpit.
There's also a pedo flag.
Right. How do I get? Let's get back in the cockpit.
Just hit F. Should get you back to it.
F.
If you're in the cockpit view. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
F on your keyboard.
Oh, what happened there? I just went black out the front for some reason.
You put on the experimental hood. That's if you want to learn how to fly instruments. You can put
right.
on the hood so you can't see outside.
Oh my god! How do you turn that off? Oh right, here we go. I see.
It says experimental hood. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. Right. So what did you want to talk about inside the cockpit?
Pedo flag and the sump. You can check your sumps.
Okay.
There's a wing and there's an engine sump, and what it does is it's just a little fuel sump. You go underneath there and you put up in the tube. And you can check your fuel if there's any impurities in it.
Okay. So do we want to? Let's take a look out here again.
You could just go down with your down arrow and move around like you
Oh,
would.
I see. Yeah, yep. There you go.
And then if you click on it, it'll actually fill up with a little bit of fuel. Maybe it'll tip over. There's two of them.
Okay, I might have to switch views here. Give me a sec. Let me just see if this works. Yeah. Okay.
Just click on the bottom of it.
I think I'm in the wrong view. Hang on. So we want to go into
interior view.
Camera. Yep. Instrument. You say? Yep.
Yep. Instrument, and then it's like one of the last ones because it's part of the checklist.
Tip right.
No, just keep going. Tank center. That's it. Or I may. No, it's gear. Gear probably would be the best one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Because it's right next to the gear.
Okay. Right.
That's just so you can kick your tires.
Whoa. What did I do there?
Now, if you have it so that you can cycle through your cameras, it'll actually go through this whole list with
Oh, there we
you,
go.
And
Yep.
it'll move the camera around with your cycle.
I think I'm using.
Yeah, there you go. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. You get to it. There you go. And then it goes up. It checks it. It fills up, and then it fills the bottom. Okay, it's good. We can fly.
That's really cool. That's something. Yeah, just astounding level of detail. This is pretty interesting stuff. I mean, for people who are actually interested in doing the real thing, these are all things you have to think about.
No, I actually had it with the Camair. I had a guy get his multi-license just by flying my Camair when he couldn't fly. He said he loved the plane. I was like, that's awesome, dude.
That is awesome, yeah, I agree. Right, we'll just do a quick check to see if we've cleaned up everything. I think so.
If you don't, it'll automatically disappear. There's
Okay.
also a cover for the plane, which I didn't think you saw yet.
No, I haven't. No. So, where would it? Oh, canopy cover.
Mm-hmm. Every livery
Oh,
has
right.
a different
Yeah.
has a different cover to it.
Not neat. Very cool.
So if you, when you look at it from the outside, it's pretty cool looking.
That is something else. I love it. Okay. With that, it looks like the music kind of finished just in time here. So what we'll do is I'll take that canopy cover off. Are we ready to take her out for a spin?
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and scroll down one more time on that button, and it'll show you the checklist. And that's from an actual Navion checklist that a pilot had that he shared with me that he put on a spreadsheet.
Okay. Yep.
So I put it in the sim. Now, if you look at your checklist in the sim,
Yep.
they're identical. Now, the one in the sim might have a couple more things on it just because it's a pretty decent sized one. So if you go up to the toolbar and select the checklist on it, you'll see, I think there's 28 checks just for the pre-flight alone. You know, so it's rather in depth.
Well, I think what we'll do, just for time, let's kind of we'll do a quick.
Oh yeah, you don't want to go.
We'll say we did. We'll say we did.
I'll save you the time. I'll be your co-pilot.
That's what I like to hear. But yeah, that's really cool though. To at least at the very have access to that kind of detailed checklist. So that's very 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 good. And of course, I think we just go up and eventually I'll just turn off and we can stow that somewhere, I believe.
Yeah, you just click on the pouch there that's on the bottom and it'll put it away.
Which is really neat, yeah. So that gets us out of our field of view. Very, very cool. So what I'm going to do, I will switch on the battery and we can put on, probably doing this out of sequence, so do apologize. Avionics, nav lights.
Do you have the PMS 50 or the GTN
XI? I do, yeah. Is there?
Do you have them loaded?
Yes.
Do you have one of them loaded? Okay, where it says GPS swap, just put that button down one, and it'll go to the GTN 750. If you put it down two, it'll go to the GTN XI.
I think mine's the latter. Hang on, let me see.
Give it like 5 to 10 seconds because it actually recycles the power.
Oh, okay, right.
On it.
Okay.
When you do that, so if you have the
GTN
XI, it'll take a couple seconds for it to fire it up, but
I gotta figure out which one I got. Oh, that's the one.
Okay, yeah, give it a second, and then it'll fire it up for you.
It's spooling up now.
See, what it does, what that switch does, is it resets the power on the GPS units, and it had to do that in order for these to work right.
Very cool.
Pain in the butt to figure out, but PMS 50 helped me out with that. Pierre, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I think that's the one I've got, PMS. I really enjoy it. But there is quite a heated debate about which one's better. But I mean, the reality is they're both great. And it's such a huge improvement over anything that's stock in Flight Simulator as well. So I love it because, especially for streaming, I can actually go through the route which we're going to do. So if you're watching, and folks, if you do want to fly with us, we're on North Europe server. We're currently at LFRC. Do drop in. I mean, Dan did threaten to join us today, but I don't know what's happening to him. He's possibly getting sick like me. We were just saying before the stream, weren't we, Nick? I'm coming down with something.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's just as well we're on different sides of the Atlantic. I wouldn't want to get you sick.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I think I'm safe.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, the flight today, this is actually a bit of an armistice thing. Hopefully we'll see some of the sites. So we are using the Orbx Northwest scenery. which includes some airports and some other things, and also, you know, there's a world update, I think, which covers France. But we should hopefully see, Nick, if we're lucky today, some of the war memorials for World War II of all the different countries. You know, there's the American memorial, the Canadian one, I think there's one for Australia, etc. So hopefully we're going to see those today. It was something that we planned to do on Remembrance Day for us. So I know you guys usually have Veterans Day, but we have Remembrance Day in November. But unfortunately, my internet completely broke and it didn't come back for a month, so I couldn't do it. So we've kind of used this flight plan for that.
Oh no.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to be taking off, and we'll fly in generally in easterly direction. First stop will
when you fire up the engine, make sure you go to the outside view so you can see that awesome smoke that pulls out the back of it.
Yeah, well, I'll try to.
I gave it smoke effects.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna fly over to LFRG and then a quick stop there and up another along the coast, the north coast of France to LFAB, and I don't have the names handy, so I'm sorry, guys. And then finally down towards LFOE, which is another Orbx scenery package that we'll be talking through today. So if you want to fly with us, it is on the North Europe server. You all logged in and powered up there, Nick?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay. So you hit that back and get ready to go. So I think we're flying few clouds weather today, so it doesn't really matter which way we take off. So we'll just head it right out to the runway. I think it's nice and long as well, so we could probably just take off to the east if that suits you. And before we do that, though, we got to get this thing started up, right? So I'm going to suggest things, or you can talk me through it. But I think what we want to do initially is, the hydraulic lever, should that be in or out?
Should be on. You'll see your hydraulic pressure gauge move up when it's on. Okay. There you go. It's moving. I saw it. All right, and then you want to make sure your fuel's on. Oh, you turned it off.
Oh, so that's on. There we go.
There you go.
Right. Okay, and we want to check.
Yeah, you want to make sure you have some pressure. Otherwise, your gear and your flaps won't work.
Yep.
And then that other one's the emergency hydraulic. So if that one were to go out, you'll have the emergency one that you can turn on the valve, and it'll give you a little bit of pressure just so you can get your gear down.
Okay, sounds cool.
It's let's put finger quotes around that, simulated.
All right, well, what we do want to do is get the mixture up. I'll leave the propellers on lean feathered for the moment. And yeah, we need to turn the fuel on, so I found that switch is right down here. That's fine. Do we need to get a little bit of throttle before we start her up?
Yeah, give it about a 10%.
Yeah, I think that's probably where I am. And we'll see if we're quick on the mark, we can try and...
Yeah, you'll catch the smoke. It gives it a...
Oh, look at that. There he goes.
2.5 seconds. Yeah, it takes 2.5 seconds to turn it over, and then it fires out the smoke.
That's excellent. I just realized...
It's a little crooked, but I have it fixed in the next update, so it's not a big deal.
So we did have a simulation.
All the circuit breakers work in this plane.
I wondered that. So if we... we'll put on the P2 heat because we don't know what the weather's like right now, but what can we do that's not going to shut everything down? What should we pull as an example?
Just a transponder.
Transponder. Okay.
Yep. XBDR.
And then what would we expect to see after pulling that?
You won't be able to do anything. It won't broadcast.
Okay. Very cool.
You can't see it.
That is really cool. I love the detailing on when you're pulling these out and in is pretty cool as well.
Yeah, you can see the red. I had a user with the Camair say, "Hey, you can't really see it if it's out. Most of them, they have like a color behind it." I said, "I can do that." So I did it in the Camair, and then of course, it's in this plane too now.
Yeah, that's right. That's TPHI17 is in. Hello, and Mrs. as well. Good morning. Good morning to both of you. How you guys
Hey,
doing?
guys.
Great to see you. Lucas says, how long you been live for? I thought you were going live at 1. No, it initially would have been 11 o'clock, but we've shifted it to 12 to make it easier for Nick, who's joining us from Eastern Time Zone in North America. So,
And it's much appreciated.
not at all. Okay, so let's get. We can put our beacon on, I think.
We've fire up your lights.
And
the lights in this on this plane. Wait till you see them.
well, I'll tell you what. Let's really get a look at it. We'll get everything on. We'll get the strobe. Change the.
I went a little overboard, but I think it's all worth it.
Well, we're gonna give everyone a taste of what your hard work looks like. Look at this, guys. The strobe lighting on this is absolutely awesome. I love it. Absolutely brilliant. And the halo effect of the nav lights, that's something new. That's really bright. I actually think that's relatively realistic. I think if anything, the other airplanes seemed a bit too dim.
Well, if you look at the landing light too, the landing light actually has the cone where you can see the yellow of the cone, and like if you're parked up against the garage or something or a hangar, you'll be able to see the actual halo effect of it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Now check out the interior. Wait till you see this.
All right, here we go. We need panel lights here. Hang on.
Yeah, so on the far left, you'll see there's
gauge dimmer.
Three dimmers.
Yep.
Yeah, on the far left, right below the landing lights.
Oh, wow.
You could turn on just those, or the center one you could turn, and it'll give you that. And you can actually adjust those to how bright you want them. I keep them at about 5% for the one on the left, and then the one in the middle, I put it at like, I don't know, 50%, because it's kind of bright.
It's stunning, Nick. It's stunning. I love it. Absolutely, it is.
Hey,
it's great.
For a $10 plane, this thing has all the bells.
This is it. This is it. And by the way, guys, there are links to buy the Navion B, and we'll also be looking at the Twin quite shortly. Go through and support Nick. They're not expensive. He's put so much detail and effort into these airplanes, and they're just an awful lot of fun. See, for me though, Nick, I'm so excited, particularly excited about this, is when I'm not streaming, when I'm just doing my own thing, I like doing IFR flights at night. Just doing beacon to beacon, you know. And you'll like this. This is perfect for that, you know. Absolutely perfect for it. And we'll track a couple VORs at some point as well when we're up there.
Yeah, it's got the CDI. It'll do it for you.
Very, very cool. Okay, we're going to switch back to daytime. Let's get us into the air here. Otherwise, we're going to spend the entire day at one airport.
Just playing around with the plane.
That's it. I know.
Hey, that's the fun of the simulator.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is. Okay, I'm going to bring my props up here. Flashlights off. We'll take off the old brakes there.
While you're messing around, open up the canopy. You can fly with the canopy open.
Okay, what we need to do, we need to get the
No.
Sorry.
Just look up above. There's a switch. You have to unlock it, and then it'll let you open it.
Oh, am I doing this right?
There you go. Yeah, unlock it, and then you have to just click on it and drag to the back and hold it. Hold down on the button. It's finicky, but it'll slide back for you.
Yeah,
let go of the left mouse button, and then click on the front of it and hold it and drag it to the back of the plane. It'll pull back for you.
So I'm clicking on the front
funky
of... When am I clicking on the front
where the left-hand side of that bar is, click on it.
There we go.
And then just drag.
I think what I did is I reached up just a little bit higher.
There you go. Yeah.
Look at that.
Now, it will close automatically to a disposition locking mechanism that's in the
Right.
canopy.
Okay.
But there's an override button you can use when you're in the air, and it'll spring load it to that spot.
That's
And that's
cool.
how the real Navion's canopy is.
That is really cool. Okay, well, let's take off with the
Yeah.
canopy open. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. You can hear it's a little bit louder with the canopy open, but it's not stupid loud. I didn't want it to, annoy people with how annoying that would be to have your engine full blown.
What I'm going to do, I'm just turn the music down just for a sec so everyone can really hear this. And just absorb the ambience of the Navion B. And that's cool, guys.
Also, your visors work too.
Two Cats says, sold, drop me a link. There's a, Two Cats, there's a link in the show description for the Navion B. TPHI17 says, best bang for your buck out of any planes in the sim. That is some really good feedback for you, Nick, there. And Brett says
Yes,
you can get...
thank you, TPHI.
You can also get from the Flight Sim TO. Yeah, Flight Sim TO website in the sim market. And we've got links through to Orbx, so you can go check it out there, guys. Sorry, Nick, I cut you off.
Willy hooked me up. Yeah, Willy hooked me up with Orbx. That was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that was a first for me. But you and I were talking. We were talking about doing this, and of course, guys, Nick is going to be on Sky Blue Radio as well. And I think, what was the date we settled on? Was the 11th, wasn't it?
Yeah.
18th. Is that right?
18th, I think.
18th.
But I wasn't sure if that was the date you changed or today was the day you changed.
No. It was the radio date because it was the radio date. I think we had you on for the 28th initially, but I had a manual, the A330 driver.
I'll have to get my radio voice for that day.
And the sound package on this is really great too. I'm just loving everything about this. It's so cool.
It's a default Bonanza, but I modified it a little bit. I'm not taking any credit because that's a full-time job, and I'm a single developer. So
it is. And does the Bonanza? I mean, is that probably a fairly comparable plane in terms of how it sounds to the Navion?
It's exactly the same engine.
There you go.
The IO-520 Continental.
So you've picked. So there's rationale behind why you've done this anyway.
Yes.
Two Cats says it's on it.
I wouldn't put any other plane in it.
Right. Well, there you go. You got a seal from
sound.
You got a seal from Two Cats anyway, so that's brilliant.
Awesome. Thanks, bud. Thanks for your support.
Okay, I'm just backtracking a bit. I think that's probably enough. I'll turn around.
Think of it as your local retailer.
That's it.
I'm just a little guy.
And are you B4 Gunner? Is that you?
Yeah, that's my nickname, Gunner. But I went with B4 because Gunner was already taken. So
no worries.
I'm before Gunner. Get it? And then you'll see in the package BFG, which other people interpret that as something different.
Yeah. Well, especially if you started out with Doom back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom. Yeah.
Let's just clear that.
All right, I'm behind you in the Canadian livery. Yeah.
Now, will that show up for me?
It should.
Let me have a look. Oh yeah,
it's one of the 10 liveries.
Yeah, look at that. Love it.
Now this livery that I'm flying is from the Fraser Blues, who is a Navion team that flies up in Canada.
This rings a bell.
Yeah, you can look them up. They're online.
I'm wondering if I've seen these guys fly.
I just saw the livery and fell in love with it. I was like, I gotta do that one.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty wild. All right, let's get things kicked off here. Now, what's our rotation speed approximately?
White bar. So 62 miles an hour, I guess. The inside gauge, if you're looking at it from the inside, it's in miles per hour. On the outside, it's
so it is. Yeah, I see.
But they match up.
Okay.
So that's why I say white bar.
Bring our gear up. Look at that. What a noise. Amazing.
So you can change some other cosmetic features on the plane on the go. Like if you didn't want tip tanks, you could take them off. If you don't want the window dividers,
Okay.
you can take them off.
TPHI says Hangar did it for us Canadians. The livery? Yeah.
Yeah, I did it just for them.
Oh, two cats.
They
He's
were in
installed.
my thought when I did it.
Very cool. Right now, where's our course here? I think we're off course. We need to go 180 here for a wee bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit CDI on here. I'm on VLOC.
I've switched over to VPS. So what I'm gonna do is we'll get the let's get our altitude dialed in there. Hold that around 1,500 feet or so. Not gonna have much in the way of obstruction, and there's the heading bug, right? So we want that on.
I'm gonna pause this sim for a second. I didn't load the flight plan like a dum-dum. I'm gonna put it in the folder of the PMS-50 and load it through the PMS-50. I love that feature.
Alright, what I want to do, what did we say, we want to go south on?
I don't know, I'm following you.
No worries. Heading, there you go. Try and catch up with our flight plan, just get some external shots. Beautiful French countryside here in the north. Look at that. Actually, Navion seems to fit in quite well to this scenery.
Yeah. Well, it's American made, but there are a couple over in Europe. Matter of fact, the L-17 I'm modeling off of is in Europe for the next plane, for the next Navion in the series.
Two Cat says it's a very pretty looking airplane. It certainly is.
Thank you.
Right. Let's see to some navigation points here. So we're just about caught up with our waypoint here. Wait until we get a little bit closer and then we'll head over to nav.
What level of elevation are we flying to?
Just under 1,500.
Oh, 15, okay.
Yeah.
Low and slow.
Yes, please do hit the like button, folks. I'm so lucky to have Nick from Hangar 713 with us today. This is his baby. This is it. And we're going to fly this to the next airport, and then we're going to look at the Twin. Now, which was this the second plane you did, Nick, or was this the first one?
Yeah, this was the second one.
The second one, okay.
The one we're flying right now, correct.
Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Let's try to drop the propeller a bit there. Get us in the cruise. Everything in the green. Good. She's quick. You can really see the power of that engine. Currently, I think I just brought the props back a little bit, but
yeah,
she's
you
still
don't want to lean around. That's for sure.
still about 155 knots. I mean, or miles per hour. Sorry, this is miles per hour, isn't it?
Yeah, the cruise speed's 156 miles an hour, so
yeah,
you're
that's
good around that speed.
That looks exactly where I'm at. So yeah,
Perfect.
Very cool. And GPS is locked on, so that's cool. I think what we will do though, let's tune a VOR just for the heck of it. There's a VOR called, it's Ken actually, Charlie Alpha November, and its frequency is 114.45. Let's see if we can dial that in. Oh, right. Where's the nav radio? That's a question.
Just out with the PMS 50.
Oh, right. Of course, yeah. What did I say? 114? I forgot the frequency now.
114.45. And we're to the left of the bars. What heading?
I think. Ooh, roughly that'll be where we are right now.
121?
Probably be about, I think about 200.
200? Okay.
We're probably on the 200 radial, roughly. I don't want to fly towards it. I just want to see it working on the gauge.
Yeah, it'll go to nav, and then you'll see the course deviation line, which is the one that's vertical. It'll go all the way to the left on 200.
Yeah, doesn't see it yet.
At
But
least that's what it's showing for me.
We are pretty far off at the moment, so we'll come back to that. Two Cat says, Nick, did you do all of yourself? Are you a single person dev team? I think is what he's asking actually.
Yes, that's me. All me. From the modeling, to the texturing, to the coding, even the sound part of it, even though it's not my sounds, but I had to put that all in there.
And how did you get started? I mean, what was your journey like?
I just started screwing around because I broke my back at my job. So
right.
I was on long-term disability for 2 years.
Oh, right.
From my job, and
Poor guy.
I just decided, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get fixed, in a sense.
Right.
So I'm well versed in aviation. Let's put it that way. I have my private pilot's license.
Right.
I have 106 hours and a 152, so I know enough.
Right. So you're more than just a pretty face. You're seasoned in the real thing.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we're all very grateful and thankful that you've gone down this route, because I think this is bringing something very unique and really cool to the flight simulation market. So thank you, Nick.
Yeah. No problem.
Two Cats is he's sending you a lot of praise. I think you're getting a lot of bro love today. Very impressive dude, he says. Yeah. If you ever get stuck, I know a few folks that may be able to help with tips and tricks. Says Two Cats. There you go. No stranger to flight simulation, is he? Because I think
that's cool.
Two Cats is I think he streams on Twitch.
Well, guess who got me involved in all this? Well, not directly, but yeah, I guess directly. Got Friends. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. There's no way.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I followed Jonks' tutorials that he originally had out a couple years ago.
Yep.
And I ended up doing a scenery just to get used to the SDK, because I'm all self-taught and self-learned, on all of this.
Yeah. And
I'm still learning as I go. Like, I just figured out how to do correct textures for the rivets and the lines on the panels, for the plane. So you'll see that in the L-17.
Right.
Whenever I'm actually working on that.
Can I just point out something to the guys here, Nick? Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt. I've set heading, and I've armed the nav. This is correct logic, guys. Some models, if you hit the nav, the nav just comes on. It doesn't work like that. You have to steer the plane towards the path, arm the nav, and then when the nav picks up that it's on the track. And there you go. You can see it's now gone to nav mode. The plane will then turn to intercept the proper course. Now, in GPS, this is just obviously the magenta line, but if we're using a traditional VOR, this will be the radial, whatever radial that you've set to intercept on the VOR. But yeah, I love that detail. I mean, it's little things like that that mean a big, huge difference to me.
Well, they updated the code for the Cap 140 autopilot, and when they did that, it fixed all this.
Yeah.
Because it didn't used to be this way until like SU-13.
Yeah.
And I racked my brain around trying to figure out why it wouldn't work. It wasn't me, it was the sim, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm all new to this, and I was just like, I don't understand why it's not working. But sometimes it would, and sometimes it wouldn't. And then Working Title did something with the GPS units in the sim, and when they did it, it fixed it perfectly. So now it even shows it on the screen like it should. Like you saw, it went from...
It had an arm.
With the RSS.
Arm,
the arm on it, and then... it does it also for the glide slope. It's freaking awesome. Like, you can auto land this plane. The only thing you got to control is throttle.
Two Cat says, I used to stream. I'm currently a dev at SWS. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. And he says, the scenery, the gateway drug for diving? Developing? Where I started, right, okay. So are you developing scenery? Is that what you're doing then, Two Cats?
No, he's just saying that's where he started in scenery, like I did.
Or, right, in scenery, right.
The gateway into getting into it all. Wow, TPHI's almost got 500 hours. That's awesome.
All right, very cool.
I think he has the most hours in that plane of anybody I know, even more than me.
Two Cats says he did Okovango for SWS. Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Look at this countryside.
Yeah, I did. If you pick up my freeware scenery, it's 46U out in Wyoming. And I was just messing around just to see, how to learn the SDK, because it was a beast of its own just to figure out the SDK and how to get a package loaded.
Yeah.
And that was my very first thing I did a scenery. So what I did was I put everything I possibly could in one airport. It's got three helipads. One of them's on top of a yacht. It's got a whale. It's got birds, bears. Yeah. I put it all in there. Man. It's even got a castle up on the hill. It's funny. I made my own hangar.
And Two Cat says, tip my hat to you, Nick. Self-learning it all. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I just don't have the time or the patience, unfortunately. But sorry, I'm getting sick, guys. So I do apologize in advance for coughing.
That's all right.
But yeah, it's a hell of a lot of effort to get to where you are, and just astounding. So do you want to talk? Are you able to talk about what you're working on now?
Yeah, I'm working on the L-17B, which is the military variant of the Navions. They used it for a liaison plane in the Korean War.
Okay.
And basically, it was also an officer transport plane.
Right. Got you.
So they used it for, scouting out places before they would move into an area.
Mm-hmm.
And they also used it for moving officers. So some of them were done up really nice. Some of them were just bare bones. They didn't care if it got shot up or whatever, and they just flew them out there, and that's what they used them for. They actually landed one on an aircraft carrier. This airplane has stall capabilities. I mean, it could take off within 400 feet. And it can land within 900. I've landed it within 500.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then there's a ton of videos online. A lot of guys don't share them publicly. They're on like private Facebook groups, which I belong to.
Yep.
And I've buddied up with a couple of the pilots and owners of these planes, you know, to get to know them more intimately. And actually, I was talking to one last night for a good 2 hours on a question I had for how the prop feather works on the plane, because I'm actually modeling that and animating it on the L-17.
Oh, that's cool.
Where if you feather the prop, you can actually see it now. So the only time you actually see it feather is when you shut the plane down and it's not fully
it's not in a spinning animation.
Whatever percent. Yeah, it'll be whatever percent you have. Like the animation, you'll never actually see it because of the blur.
Yeah.
And he explained to me the engine has to be on to be able to feather the
and I think that's more just a limitation in the sim at the moment, isn't it?
Well, no, it's not a limitation. Like, I can make it happen. I already did.
Well, that's really cool.
But the thing is in real life, he explained to me, and he showed me pictures last night. There's this bladder that's in the props nose section, because he actually just got his repaired like this week, and he got pictures of it. It was just the timing of me asking the question, you know, to him. And he explained to me that how it all worked. And that bladder, what it does is when the engine oil starts, you know, warming up, it actually goes out to that bladder and pushes it out, so the prop will engage.
All right.
On the from the engine, so it'll actually, you know, start spinning, which is, it's almost immediate. He said, but there is a hesitation for it to go, but you won't see it because it's so quick. You know, it's like a nanosecond or whatever. And it pushes it out and it engages it. He was showing me pictures of the actual little bladder that pushes out on it, because he had to have his changed. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm glad I asked when I asked.
Yeah, that is. It's very I've never heard of anything like that before. Just catching up in the chat here.
I didn't know if in his plane whether or not the hydraulics did it or not, because some of these planes, the newer engines, they're hydraulic driven.
Right. Just catching up in the chat. 2Cat says, not bullet holes, just weight saving measures. Yeah. TPHI17, join Hangar Studios 713 Discord. He is very active in the community. Top-notch communication, always around to answer any questions. So there you go. That's a very good accolade. You got your, some fans, I would say, Nick. That you definitely, and you know, for me, it's. I was having a conversation. Oh, geez, who was I talking to now? Like we were just talking about the news. Actually, I've got the news to talk through in a second, but one of the big things that separates good studios from bad, mediocre to bad, we'll say, is studios that actually engage with their community, listen to feedback, allay any fears, answer questions, and ultimately commit themselves to a constant self-improvement position. You know, it's not everything's going to be perfect when it comes out the gate, but it comes down to the studios that actually spend time to get to know their customers as well. Work with the community, and it sounds to me like that's what you do.
Oh yeah. I'm all about trying to better myself and try to help anybody out. I'm also a moderator for probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, developer Discord that have all the up and coming developers in it. And I try to help out and answer as many questions as I can, because I'm limited in my knowledge. I don't know everything, you know. I don't know everything when it comes to code. I don't know HTML. Like, to set up a legitimate, like, JavaScript tablet, I still have to learn how to do that and put in my own gauges that are screens instead of, you know, the actual needle gauge. Those I could do with my eyes closed now, but
you had to learn all that.
To writing any of that code, yeah, because you got to learn it all.
Yeah.
And I have a background. I have a bachelor's in aviation management, and my
right.
minor was in computer programming, but I never used it.
Right.
I mean, when I got out of college, I became a flight attendant for 5 years for U.S. Airways.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah, we talked about that before. I think we were trading some stories as well. Brett says, he is always there supporting the streamers too. And of course, Brett we know very well
when I can, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't say the experience has been any different, Nick. I mean, when I reached out to you, you're happy to jump on board if you got out of your way to get up early this morning as well. So yeah, it's hugely appreciated for you to come on, and of course we'll get the double whammy too. So we'll get you on Sky Blue in a couple weeks' time.
Yeah, definitely. I don't mind. If I have the time, I'm willing to do it. The only thing that would slow me down is if my son needed me for something for college or whatnot.
Well, kids are always kids, eh? They never go away.
Yeah.
Look at the beautiful little towns here. It is a beautiful part of the world, I must admit. I'm still keeping an eye out for those war memorials. If you see anything that looks out of place, Nick, just call it out.
I will do.
And yeah, exactly what Nick said. We're sitting, I think we're hitting about 154, 153. Seems to be nicely settled. RPMs are in the green. We'll do a field check when we get to the next airport. How far away are we now? Right, if you're just following me, we'll just stay along the coast. Keep it going. DarkFury's flight plans are notoriously long when it comes to GA. They're getting longer every time I fly them. So, we'll see how much time we got. And you're sending me pictures behind the scenes, Nick. Did you want me to show these on air?
Yeah, show them. This is of the L-17 I'm working on.
Okay. Here we go, folks. So here's the first one. I'm just putting that up for the guys now. Rivets, this is called. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah. I learned a new way to do the rivets where you put these silly little decals all over the damn plane, and literally you're looking at probably 600 decals right there that are all one mesh. But in doing that, you can get the detail better on the bump of the rivets themselves and then the lines.
Okay.
Because I'll show you when we go to the Camair how bad it looks compared to this. It's night and day. So the more I learn, the more I put into these planes.
Awesome.
It's an evolution.
We got one more here. I presume this will be is this the new cockpit?
Yeah, that's the new cockpit. Yeah, you'll see I did the leather on the seat and the leather on the sidewalls and then the carpeting on the floor and all that. It's real detail.
Let me open it up here. We get a really good look here. It's a little bit fuzzy, but that's probably just for the screen capture. But yeah, I think we get the general idea. It's looking good. Looking good. Can't wait to see that when it comes out. And actually, on that note, before we get to our destination, I think this is probably a good time to do the news. See how much time we got. Yep, I think we're just going to break for the news, Nick, if you can bear with me.
Yeah, go.
And it is time for the news, folks. Tons of stuff going on right now. I don't even know where to start. It's our news coordinator and post and pre-production manager, Dan Notleks, who was supposed to be on with us today, but I don't know what's happened to him. He's put together a huge bit of news. So we're going to try and go through it and not spend too much time on each. But Bluebird is really in the news at the moment. I'm quite excited. I don't know, Nick, if you've had a chance to engage with Shervin at all, but a lovely guy.
No.
And he started out his endeavor on the 757 to kind of have a general functional one, and it looks like he's really actually pushing this as hard as he can go for initial release, and then they're just going to continue improving it as well. So some great shots coming out. I mean, it's looking better and better and better. I know that there will be an interview, or actually I've got Shervin coming on live to the Haggis Poutine show tomorrow on Sky Blue Radio, so don't forget to check it out. That show will start at 1400 Zulu, folks, if you're around. So do calibrate for 1400 Zulu, which is 2 o'clock London p.m. London time, and I believe that works out to about 9 a.m. for you guys, doesn't it, in Eastern, Nick? So yeah, do check this out. And meanwhile, there has been a statement. Now, this was interesting. I when I talked to Shervin, I didn't realize he was going to make this public, but he is now saying that they are aiming for study level for the 757. And they are getting some help from Just Flight. I know that I think they had a bit of a switchover. They had to get a new developer or something like that to help them out. But yeah, they are rocking and rolling and really pushing hard. And well, if you listen tomorrow, guys, you might be interested in what Shervin's got to say. We not talking about release date as yet, but I mean, when you look at these Rolls-Royce engines right here, it's looking fantastic, and I really, really can't wait. And of course, they have announced a 767 project as well. So whatever improvements and stuff that they're doing into the 757 is just going to roll right into the 767, which is more or less a common cockpit. There are some differences. But the avionics of the 757 and 76 are very, very similar. So that is exciting to hear. So, I mean, just to think, this time next year we may have a couple of fantastic airplanes in Flight Sim. Moving on, FSDG has released Kefalonia for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, I'm particularly interested in this one because I actually flew to Kefalonia back in July with the family. It's a nice little airport. There's some video footage here as well. So, just to give you a rough idea of what it looks like. And I can tell you, I know I've been at this airport. This is looking quite incredible. And I was actually staying just up the road, watching the airplanes coming in and or taking off at night, depending on where things were going. Brett says, it's just had midnight for me and I need to sleep. Thanks for the show. Brett, you take care of yourself way down there in Oz. All the best to you. Do we miss anything else?
Thanks for dropping by, Brett.
Oh, Two Cats. Good question for you, Nick. What's the knots to miles per hour conversion? I can't remember what the technique was for that.
I don't know. I let Google do all that.
Anyway, this is...
I know knots is a lot less than miles per hour. So say you're doing, I don't know, 200 miles an hour is like 160 knots, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so moving on with the news, just Kefalonia, yeah, it's looking good, guys, and honestly, I've been here. The detail on this is really cool, so we're waiting that in great interest. Just Flight now. They are updating the 146 Professional with an updated cabin, so I guess this is going to add some new detail into the cabin area of the aircraft. You can see, true to Just Flight, they do some fantastic detailing. Even the fabric on the back of the seats looks like you just reach out and touch it, doesn't it? So that is very cool. And moving on to, we did have one here which seems to have just disappeared for some reason. Unfortunately, can't do that one. Just Flight also making news in X-Plane. We talked so much about Flight Simulator. X-Plane 12, of course, is getting some Just Flight love. Just Flight are releasing their entire catalog over time, for GA anyway, to X-Plane 12. And they've just made a huge drop in X-Plane news by popping the Duchess, which is a very, very cool airplane. If you're not familiar, it's made by Beech. It's really quite a quick aircraft. It's basically the little sister, I would call it, of the Beech Duke or the Duke Turbine, which has just been announced by Black Square. So yeah, this is a big deal for X-Plane users, and X-Plane 12. I think everyone will be quite delighted. They're starting to get some quality general aviation planes coming their way. Microsoft Flight Simulator still doing updates. They're working on 2024, but here we go. They have just released a Caribbean World update for 2020, and they're staying true to the word. They said they're going to continue to improve 2020 product despite the fact they're working on 2024, and that's exactly what they're doing. It looks great. We've got some airports. You can see Montego Bay there with Sangster from Jamaica. Some landmarks in Jamaica as well. Stadiums, and I think they have done some improvements to the water masking as well around some of the islands. So there you can see Citadel in Haiti. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, check this out. I think that's now available. So if you go into the marketplace and go under scenery, it should come up for you. It is completely free, and it's gonna, if you like flying in the Caribbean area, you're gonna absolutely love it.
Yeah, and if you got the space for it, it's 22.7.
It is. It's massive. I mean, all these world updates are getting huge. Now, this is controversial. Synaptic Simulations, longtime affiliate with Fly-by-Wire, and anybody that is familiar with Fly-by-Wire will know that Synaptic has had their own little tab there. They were working on a freeware 220. Well, they've changed their mind, guys, and it's possibly because they needed some help. They're now partnering with Inabuilds to work with them on the A220, and it is going to be payware. Now, big question everyone's probably asking is how much. We don't know. We don't know as yet. These guys they've made tremendous progress. They had more or less indicated that they were going for quite a good level of detail. Study level, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, definitely quite a little bit of detail. Inabuilds, I'm sure, will bring their experience and get them over the finish line. And it's certainly a feather in the cap for Inabuilds, because that means they've worked on pretty much every Airbus platform that you can think of, which is really, really interesting. So we wish them all the best. I am very, very excited to see the 220, as it is originally called the Bombardier C series before it was acquired by Airbus. Be about 10 years ago possibly, but it is a fantastic airplane, something that anybody that likes to fly regional airliners will definitely appreciate. This airplane, very modern too, cockpit's fully designed by Honeywell, and it's very modern, so yeah, check that out. And finally, Simulations is confirmed that they are developing Münster Osnabrück Airport, which is in Germany, I believe. So it's the airport serves the cities of Münster and Osnabrück in the North Rhine-Westphalia region of Germany. There you go. So that is quite a popular regional airport by the looks of it, and they're letting go some initial kind of thing. So that's it for us, folks. That is the news for today. Thank you for watching that. We're going to get right back to your flight.
Alright, I sent you a couple more pictures of what I'm working on for 2024. And this will be the first time it's been shown anywhere publicly other than my Discord.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
It's really starting to settle in now. I'm going to have to get myself some medication. Sorry, Dick. You have shared something with me in Discord. Let me go find that.
Yeah, this is what I'm working on for 2024.
Okay. Here we go, guys. You ready for this? Oh, I better go check on the airplane first. I think we may have overflown our destination. Yes, we have. All right, let's land the plane first. Thank God for autopilot. Right, we're going to swing back and try and intercept this runway. Get so excited talking about the news. I completely overshot the airport.
We're supposed to land there, or we just went over?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
And I'm going to, I may briefly switch.
You.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to briefly switch over to the Twin as well so we can have a look. Depends on what you'd rather spend more time showcasing, because obviously the Navion B is a more recent model.
You can show the twin off just as well, you know.
Okay.
Give it some love. I know that's TPHI's baby.
Is it?
You got 500 hours in it. That's nuts.
500. I don't even have 500 hours in flight sim. At least I don't think I do. I could be wrong.
He likes it so much his wife's flying it. I'm gonna have to do her livery. I told her I would, so one of these days I'll get around to it.
Right, I've put the props to full, and we're just letting that airspeed bleed off. Now we want to, I'm guessing we want to land around 80, 70 knots or so?
Knots-wise...
or miles per hour, sorry, miles per hour.
Yeah, knots-wise, it's like 43 is your minimum with full flaps.
Oh, of course, okay. So I think, what about 60? 60 miles an hour, something like that?
Yeah, you'll see the white bar. It's like 62 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, so I do. Yep.
Well, I think you were ahead of me.
I'm just looking for the runway.
I'm going to the wrong place.
Oh, it says it's right ahead of me somewhere. Oh, I see it. There we go.
Yeah, you're closer to it than I am. I'm burning a hole through the sky just to get to you.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm doing a kind of diagonal left base at the moment, just about in there. Drop the gear.
Just be careful when you put it to the second set of flaps, because them barn doors come down at 40 degrees. That plane wants to slow down like no other.
Noted.
You'll have to put in some throttle. So if you need to lose altitude or whatever, it's a great tool to put into a slip.
That's good to know.
This plane,
and that probably explains why it was used for short takeoff capability then, and landing.
Oh yeah, definitely. The videos that are out there, the things the guys do in these planes is nuts. I would never do that in a plane.
Actually, just
and they do it every day. They take off from little fields right outside their house.
Oh, 53.
And then they have these monster trees to clear, and they get up over them like it's nothing. I'd be clinching. I'd be white knuckled the whole way.
Well, I managed to just set her down gently, 53 feet per minute on touchdown.
Wow, that's really good.
She just I didn't even go full flats that time. She just seemed to want to glide in. Very forgiving.
Yep.
Very forgiving.
Yeah, the 17 is going to be even more forgiving. I mean, the flight dynamics that I put into it, I put a lot of detail into it. Oh, I see the runway here. Here we go. Dump it out, put the gear down.
I'm going to park up in the taxi area because we're going to switch over to the twin. So I've just vacated. Let me see if I can call when you're on final, and I'll try and get you on the drone camera.
Yep, I'm on final. I'm actually taking a shortcut here just to get close to you.
All right, hang on. Let me see if I can get this drone out. Which side are you coming in from?
I'm almost touching down. I'm holding off just for you.
I can't see you. Why can't I not see you?
I'm literally halfway down the runway.
Okay. No, you may have just, it might be the multiplayer bug, Nick, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, I'm landed.
No worries. It kicks in every so often, unfortunately.
I'll be pulling up next to you here in a second.
No worries. So what I'll do is...
Now, the twin, you don't have to worry about the hydraulics. I didn't model that in that plane.
I think I actually picked that out because I first tried the Twin, and then I got into that Navion B. This was, off time. I'm like, I can't raise the gear. What am I missing? And there you go. It was that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Hydraulics.
So let's. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back to the main menu for this.
The perks of dev mode. I can just swap it out right here.
Yeah. I should really use dev mode, but I really need to
You can
find a
turn it
tissue.
on right now. It'll work for you.
I'm gonna find a tissue. Just a minute.
I should have the Camair loaded. Yeah, I do. Go when you load the liveries. Load into the vintage racer. Because I know how people like their scuffs and marks and all their fun stuff on the plane, so I put it on that livery specifically.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to go blow on my nose.
Oh, I was saying, make sure you load with the vintage racer livery. It has the most scuffs and marks on the plane in any of the liveries that I have, because I know how some people like that.
Okay.
When in real life, these Navions, these guys that own these Navions, they keep these planes so clean, it's unreal.
Vintage Racer, is that the one you're on about?
Yeah, that's the one that's all scuffed up and dirty looking.
And then if we go to...
I actually did a bunch of free liveries you can download from my website. I did a Star Wars theme pack that has
did you?
Star Wars theme, liveries, and my favorite one is the Rogue One, the X-wing.
Very cool.
X-wing, yeah, livery for Luke Skywalker, and it has the dirt and all the mud on it like it was in the swamp and he had to pull it out.
That's pretty cool. Oh, what's happened with flight plan? Wonder if this is gonna let me do this. Alright, flight plans.
Just put it in. What I did real quick was I copied your flight plan, put it in the PMS50 GTN 750 folder, and rename it FPL.PLN, and then you can load it in through the PMS50.
Let's do that. That's easier. So we want flight. So we take the flight plan, copy that, we put it into the PMS. Now where's that?
Wherever you have it in your community folder or add-on link or whatever you use. Here, I'll look at it real quick and run you through what folder to put it in.
I think it is. It could be the community folder.
Yeah, it'll be FPL is the name of the folder in the GTN 750.
Hang on, I'm just trying to find the.
And then it'll
trying to find the folder.
GTN 750, and then you gotta just rename it FPL. PLN.
GTN 750, right? Got it.
It probably already has a generic one in there. You'll just have to delete that one first.
FPL.PLN, isn't it? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Right,
and then you could just use the import function from the GTN 750. I really like that. It's nice to have that.
Okay.
And then, boom, it loads it in. You're like, hey.
Okay, we were at...
So whenever the simulator decides not to load it, whenever you have it loaded from the menu screen, you can actually just do it from there.
Right. Was it LFRG we landed at? I can't remember. Was that our next one? Yeah, it was LFRG. Yeah, okay.
And then with this last update, I changed some things in the Camair. I made the window more bubbled on the sides.
Okay.
I also fixed the gauge glass. I fixed the gauge textures for the rim. Excuse me, around the metal around the glass. And then I redid the fuel consumption for the plane. And since SU13, they updated it so you can put in the air to fuel mixture ratios
Oop.
to have them actually work in the sim the way they should. So now the mixture and the prop controls and your throttle greatly enhance your range with this plane, because now you can go over 1,000 nautical miles easily with full tanks.
That's very cool.
Which is the way it should be. Because before it was like, it was lucky if it was getting half that.
Yeah. Okay, I've got the airplane loaded, so first thing we need is
awesome.
Probably battery.
You're in the vintage, I can see.
Yep. It looks amazing. Navigation lights. Where's the battery here? Oh, mastery battery. There we go.
Yeah. People love the yoke on this thing.
Wow. Really something here. Now, do we have a fuel?
Yeah, the lighting in this plane's pretty cool too. The fuel's all automatic. You really don't have to worry about it.
Okay. No problem.
You can turn the fuel pumps on before you start it. They're the one right next to the parking brake.
I think that, yeah.
But this plane also has de-icing, so if you were in ice conditions, it'll completely de-ice the plane, and you can actually watch it de-ice. I have it at a slow rate, so if you have really full ice on the plane, it'll take 5 minutes to get that ice gone.
That's awesome. I love that. Okay, navigation.
Now, here's a question people ask me all the time with the fuel. They're like, why does the gauge only show that I have the one on the fuel? And the thing is you're just looking at the tips or you're looking at the mains. So when you swap between the two, right now it's showing you what you have in your mains. So if you move that switch back, I think one, it'll show you what's in the mains, and then the other one's test. And it'll go all the way up on test.
Okay, so
so that's why it does that.
Very cool.
So you actually have more fuel than you think you have, because you have to check both systems.
I haven't said
and
that.
then if you lose an engine in this plane, because it has two engines. This plane actually, with one engine, can fly up to 10,000 feet, and I've tested that.
Wow.
It works. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you got to figure it's the same airframe as a regular Navion, but you got two engines on it. The only thing is when you're running on one engine, it's going to pull hard to that side.
It's really cool.
Not so hard that you can't control it, but if you try and take off with it, it's a son of a gun, but you can do it.
Oh, Dan, you just woke up. I don't want to hear your excuses, Dan. Get on Vox.
I don't want to hear the update. I have to get to the updated version of the 2.7. That's my bad.
Mrs. TPI says it's my favorite plane in the sim. Aww. Jacob Rubik says hi. Hi, Jacob. How you doing? The gauges look awesome now. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just put up these lights again.
Yeah, you don't have the updated version. I forgot to give you guys that.
That's okay.
I just did it like last week.
All right, no worries. So whatever we're seeing here, it's even better.
Yeah.
I just gotta load the.
See how the gauges are like bubbled out? I took away that bubble and made them flat.
Yeah, import.
And then the rims around them that are black, I made that like a darker gray.
Okay.
Because they're not all uniform, and I made them all uniform. It just didn't look right to me.
I don't think that flight plan imported properly. From SimATC.
No, it didn't.
No, hang on. How do you
delete? Yeah, just hit import and then OK, and it should load it.
In flight plan, yeah. System.
Yeah. Do you have the right one in there?
Options.
When you put it in your folder, did you put the right one in?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Right. What's the quickest way to delete this? Do you have to delete the plan first? Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah, delete the other one that's in there, and then put that one in there and rename it FPL.pln.
Right, so how do I delete?
That's what I did.
Oh, delete all planes. There we go. Oof. Okay, menu, import. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Wonder why.
Did you name it correctly?
I'm just gonna double check that.
Foxtrot. I forget what P is.
Plan? Papa?
And then L. Yeah, Papa and Willy.
Sorry, I've got...
There, I remember.
So in the FPL
Been a
folder,
while.
I've got... And then in the GTN 750 folder, I've got FPL.PLN.
That's correct. That's what it should be. Just make sure that you put the correct plan in there. That's all.
Yeah, I think the problem is nothing's loading at all. Strange. Huh. There was an update, possibly. I'm wondering if that's maybe a bit of the problem here then. Not to worry, we've got other ways we can do this. So I think what we'll do is we'll put in our next stop will be St. Aubin, which is Lima Foxtrot Alpha Bravo. So we'll put in our origin here. G, enter. What did I say it was?
LFAB.
LFAB.
Lima Foxtrot Alpha Bravo.
Enter. And at least that'll give us a straight line. I know we're gonna venture off to the north and kind of keep our eye on the coast for a bit. I've got this all loaded in a little nav map behind the scenes anyway, so we can go.
Okay, you can follow through that if you need to.
I'm just gonna have a look.
I'll just go slow.
Can I see you on the tarmac? Yes, I can. Right, perfect. So let's have a look at this livery now. Look at this. Oh yeah. Oh, look at all the
Now
scratchers.
I included three Easter eggs on all of the Camairs.
Okay.
So if you go into the cockpit, there's a switch you can open. It'll open up both doors.
Okay, where's that?
And in the front, it is on the right-hand side, on the pilot or on the co-pilot side.
Right.
Between the cabin air and the cabin heat, there's a cargo latch switch. You'll see
Yep.
it. Just click that down,
Okay.
and it'll open up both the whatchamacallit.
Oh, right. Okay. I
And
see.
then on the right hand side where the co-pilot is, there's a clickable to get rid of him. It's the flashlight that'll get rid of your co-pilot, and it'll get rid of his seatbelt too.
Oh, where's that flashlight then?
The yoke's in the way. You kind of can't see it.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah,
And if you click on
Go ahead.
if you click on arm, it'll put the torpedo flag out, the chocks out, and the covers on the engine intakes.
Where's that?
Yeah, it's that one, the yellow manual.
Oh, the flight manual.
Yeah, you had your mouse over it. Yeah, that thing right there.
Oh, okay.
they're out.
There we
You
go.
can see them. Yep.
Okay.
And then they'll arm it and disarm it.
That is cool.
And then, of course, you got your grandma's luggage there with the leopard print for your in-laws.
How do I close it again now? That's the question.
just click on cargo latch and it'll close them. You can actually watch
cargo
the
latch,
animation
sorry.
of them close.
Yeah. There we go. Very cool.
I made it so that the spring-loaded system actually animates with them.
That's pretty cool. I love it. Right, should we get this beast turned on then?
There was two other things I forgot with the
Yep.
Navion B. Now that I'm thinking about it, the air vent that is on the top of the Navion B's canopy opens
Yep.
and closes with the air, and then the cowl flaps actually animate opening and closing on the Navion B as well.
Very cool. And do you have a quick start guide or tutorial that we could refer to if anyone wants to see where all these different spots are?
Yes, it's actually in documentation of version. Oh no, I forgot to add that. That's right. I had somebody say on the forums that I forgot that, and I did. You can just go on my webpage, and it's in there. You can get the manual there. I have a tips and tricks section in the manual that'll show you all that. And then there's diagrams of everything, of where all the clickables are and all that. This plane has a ton of them as well. If you click on the pilot's flight log, which is in the pocket, you'll actually get the pilot, and they'll show the pilot.
Oh yeah, I can see the microphone. Yeah, there we go.
And then also the seatbelt goes with it. So when they go in, the seatbelt changes. This is probably the only plane where the seatbelt goes on the actual pilots.
All right, there we go. Whoa.
And then if you go into your weight and balance on both of my planes and put it to 0, when you go in the external view, you won't see them.
Okay, right.
And it'll get rid of it in the internal view too. Internal cockpit view.
I'll take your word for it. Let's. And
the lights on this plane are just as good as the Navion B.
Yeah, that's what I can't wait to see. So I'm gonna get everything started here. Is there a fuel valve we need to turn on?
No, it's all automatic on this one.
Okay, all right. So we got mixture set to full. Oh, hang on.
And then there's smoke on both engines on this one.
Let's see if we can catch that. Okay, starter left. Oh, just got away with me. Let's get a better view. Let's see if we can get. There we go. Okay, ready. Starter ready. Very cool. Now, for anybody that hasn't seen this in action, this thing is powerful. I mean, I'm talking serious power here.
Yeah, you gotta figure you got two 240 horsepower engines on this thing, hence the name 480.
It's absolutely nuts.
It chugs along. You can do 200 knots, no problem with this plane.
Okay, we're gonna set flaps to takeoff position. Let's put on our taxi lights. Let's get a bit of a view out there. Very
there,
cool.
Okay, now you're looking at the wing there. This is what I was gonna show you is on this new plane that I'm working on with the texture work.
Yeah.
If you go to your cockpit view and look outside the left wing there, you'll see the lines where the panels are on the wings, how they're all messed up. I'm fixing that with this new plane I'm working on.
Okay, yeah. Not much to complain about, Nick, though. There's not much to complain about.
People like to complain.
Cool, very cool. Okay.
And then you'll see all the scuffs and the marks on the floor and the scuffs on the panel and the stitching on the leather. And then if you look at the leather on the side panel or the side firewall, you have that oak finish or whatever you want to call it. Laminated.
TPHI says, I've flown it in hurricanes, flown it upside down, landed on aircraft carriers. The list goes on and on what this plane can do.
It's a fun plane to fly.
I think I missed the taxiway here. Where are we going? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I'll head out to the runway. Let's get our strobes and our landing lights on, because look at this. Definitely one of the prettiest planes I've seen for strobe effects. Definitely.
And that
I like the double strobes. Now this L-17, it's not going to have autopilot. It's also not going to have strobes and or taxi lights because it's true
military version.
An L-17, yes.
Right. Whereas I guess modern day, a lot of these were retrofitted with things like autopilot, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, they put so many mods on these planes, it's not even funny. Wait until you see the Navion Rangemaster H that I'm working on. That thing's gonna have it all.
I
can't
can't
be an all glass cockpit.
All right, we got standby gauges, everything's up. Pilot flood, no, don't need that. As Dan suggested, it's time to take off. I'm gonna just put the music down for a sec so we can really hear the spool up. Listen to this, guys. Ready?
Make sure when you take off, you don't yank back on the yoke, because this thing likes to pop up off the ground.
Yep, I'll try and ease it. Oh yeah, I can really see it. And rearborn, gear up.
Wait, shots to be in the stream.
Oh, who's that? Is that?
Weird. Yes, it's me. I've been in for about 10 minutes. Hello.
Hello, you're a bit quiet.
Bear with me.
Is that Dan?
Yes, it's Dan.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I made it.
Okay, we're just gonna balance everything out here a bit. Oh, I forgot to turn the weather off. That's the problem. Although it's pretty cool in the rain.
It's got rain effects, ice effects.
There we go. All sorted. We'll get to our next runway is probably going to be our last one, unfortunately. But what we'll do is we'll see if we can simulate some weather conditions and see how the airplane changes there. Okay. Oh, she just loves to glide. I find this airplane really easy to trim. There's Nick flying.
Yeah, wait till you get the next update. It's a lot better with the air fuel mixture ratios and all that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the performance is that much better in the plane. And it's more realistic too, so as you go up in altitude, you'll need to pull back more mixture and whatnot.
Yeah.
One really cool thing about the PMS 50 is you can go into that fuel screen, go into utilities, and then fuel planning, and then use sensor data. It'll actually show you how much fuel you have to your destination and whatnot. It's really nice.
That's cool.
It shows you your fuel flow, your fuel on board, and how much you'll have for the endurance, the efficiency, and your range.
Very cool.
Not that I'm selling the product, but it sells itself.
Well, you're kind of here to do that. You're entitled to a little bit of self-indulgence, I think.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying for PMS 50, not me. It's his mod.
Oh, for PMS 50, yeah. Sorry, fair enough.
Yeah. I have it in the plane, and I also have the
It is a good mod.
TDS Sims GTNXI in it. So, it's just more perks to the plane.
They're both fantastic. Really, really good additions, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, for $10, you can't go wrong,
No, not at all.
You can't even get a fast food service for that much money,
Well, not a good one.
A meal anymore.
Not a good one anyway.
Yeah, not a good one. That's for sure. You can't even go to Burger King and get a meal for that price.
There's the GPS now picked up the nav. Nav's picked up the line, I should say.
All right. So, do you want to get back to the what I sent you for what's upcoming, the 2024?
Yes. Let's do that. I'm just going to pull this up now. Hang on. Okay. As soon as you see the screen switch, you talk through it. Okay.
This is the F-117n Seahawk that you're going to see, and I have a picture of it on the aircraft carrier.
Very cool.
And this is the prototype that was never built, but they made plans for it, and it actually has the wing fold. It has the tail hook on the Stealth.
I've never heard of this.
And,
never heard of it.
Yeah, and it has like a bubble canopy as opposed to the. It was like an F-22 canopy, as opposed to how the original Stealth canopy is.
Really weird. Yeah, that looks really cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, and it's so cool. So it's also capable of going supersonic.
Really?
Yes, and I'm modeling into it an ejection seat. It's going to have the drag chute. It's going to have the parachute for the ejection seat, and it's going to have the parachute for the pilot. And you'll be able to control the parachute all the way down to the ground if you eject.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so this is my 2024 plane that I'm working on for later in the year. I'll release this. And then down below there, you can see I
like
have the
this.
cockpit and blender.
It's a good way to it shows what's underneath the hood when you're coming up with all these 3D models. Really shows the level of detail is absolutely astounding.
I've been working on this one for 2 years now, so this plane has a lot more detail to it than anything I've ever worked on.
Well, that's really exciting. Really exciting. Thanks for sharing that with us.
And that's saying a lot since I did the entire engine on the Navion B.
Well, if it's the Navion B is anything to go by, and of course the Camair Twin as well, I think there's probably a lot to get excited about with the F-117. So the what do you call it?
I'm going to try and make that as study level as I can.
Sounds awesome. We don't have enough. We do have a few military aircraft in the sim, but the authenticity is very wide-ranging. I would say. Probably the closest we've. Well, I was just gonna say probably closest we've seen so far is Just Flight's BA Hawk. That is really, really good.
Yeah, they did an awesome job.
Fantastic airplane.
I actually I bought all the manuals that are out there for the F-117 as well, so I have all the schematics for it. Like, I have one manual that's over 700 pages itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. And William Kelly's just came in. He says, hello, Willie Canuck and
Kelly.
Positive Rate. Good morning. Hello, William. You've come at a good time. I've got Nick from Hangar 713 and we're showing off his own stuff. This is the Twin. And it is absolutely fantastic. If I can get a good look at it here. Look at this.
Yeah, you can even see the strobe, how it has that little flash to it. That's custom FX. I have it on the beacon as well.
Pinch of the nighttime here.
It gives it that little extra touch, you know?
Isn't it brilliant?
And then the volumetric of the lighting, you can see it in the clouds or whenever you're flying in any kind of humidity. It's really cool.
Let's add some clouds.
Same thing with the taxi and the landing light. They have it.
What do we need? Maybe we need a bit more than that. Overcast. Let's see.
Yeah, just throw it in a storm.
There we go. There we go. I think that gives it to us. There we go. We can see that now. Yep, definitely a cone there. Very cool. Yeah, that's just amazing. I love it. I love lighting. For me is actually a really important thing.
Yeah, you see how you can see it off the beacon? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you're in another plane looking at it and you have this plane, you'll see it as well.
Alright, where are we? No, we're not far away. So yeah, I think we'll get into... I think we'll fly... Actually, what we'll do is we'll fly to LFOE, because we need to show off some scenery there, don't we? Flight plan... So we are going to make a turn. I think we're going to have to forgo the monuments today, unfortunately. We'll do that. More important to get you know, as much quality out of your time today, Nick. So sorry, guys. We'll definitely do a memorial flight at some point, but I think we'll skip that for today. Where's that sent us? LFOE. But we'll keep an eye out if we do see anything interesting. William says, yes, I know his plane's great that you're getting to fly with him. Yeah, it's awesome. And of course, Nick's been taking us through all the different features of the airplane, including some hidden gems too as well, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, speaking of hidden gems, let's go through the next one. I'll do the next Easter egg with you.
Okay.
Use the down arrow, and you can go down a little bit, and on the pedestal on the pilot side, you'll see I put my logo. That's one of them.
Where am I looking? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then another one that nobody ever gets, because I made it that way, is my father was an overhaul heavy maintenance mechanic for U.S. Airways.
Okay.
And he specifically only did the DC-9s overhaul. So the default kill number on the Camair is one of the last planes he worked on.
Very cool.
And then the third one, which I really didn't show you when you opened it, but in the front cargo area, there's a picture of the city where I was born and raised, Pittsburgh.
All right, that's cool.
That's what that
little bit of love
is.
A little bit of love for the Steel City, eh?
Yeah, and then of course there's a hangar in there for Hangar Studios.
Very cool. I just love the scratches here. This is really neat. This is
yeah,
I've seen wear and tear.
This livery. Yeah,
I've seen wear and tear, but
this
yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it is cool. Okay, we want to. The nav is.
Check out your visors. Check out your visors on this plane. This plane has some cool visors.
Oh, now we're talking. Look at this.
Now, if you just swipe left or right on them with your mouse, it'll go up and down real quick. But you can use the scroll wheel as well.
Let me try swiping. Mine doesn't seem to want to do that for some reason. But yeah,
You might have a setting.
it might be a setting. I think it's a setting.
Yeah.
I do. Because I'm using the legacy mouse controller or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
And then you can open the canopy on this one, but only on the ground. It won't let you open it up in the air.
Okay. Well, I think that'll be one of the last
one-
things we do then. Open up the canopy.
And this one's just a click spot that you just click on the lever and it'll open automatically for you. Not like the other one where you can actually open the other one to whatever position you want it to
All
do.
right. Okay. Got you.
It'll say when you try to click on it.
Oh, will it? Let's try.
There's a speed restriction. Yeah, there's a speed restriction on it. If you're over, I think 14 knots, it'll automatically close. Yeah, see how it won't let you? It's
Yeah.
like bugging out. Real twitchy.
What do we want here? Oop. No. Come on.
Yeah, this one also has the circuit breakers. They all work. So if you turn off COM 1, it'll shut down COM 1, it'll shut off the autopilot, it'll shut off whatever you click on circuit breaker wise.
Very cool.
The interior lighting on this is a little different than the Navion B. I didn't do the...
I had noticed that, yeah.
Iridium look.
I noticed that.
But
So there's definitely a marked improvement on the Navion.
I did do the pilot, the co-pilot, and the pedestal light, which kind of looks cool at night whenever they're lit up, and you can actually adjust how bright and dim they are.
All right, let's.
I did do the lettering though in red on this plane.
Let's take a look. I'm just gonna put it into nighttime here. There we go. So that, oh yeah, I can see that now. So if we let's mess about with it a bit. That is really good detail, actually. That's more detailed than a lot of planes, I think.
Yeah. So if you dim them down, it really looks nice.
Oh yeah. That's wild. I love it. Very, very nice.
And then also there's a, if you have the co-pilot light on, there's passenger lights too in the back, and it'll switch from the left to the right passenger. It's right below that cargo latch, the light switch for that.
Okay, yeah.
But you'll have to have the co-pilot pedestal light on for it to work.
All right, hang on.
So the far right dimmer dial.
Yeah. Got you. Very cool. That neat.
And then if you switch it, it'll go to the other seat.
What do I switch?
The light
switch it there,
below
right?
The cargo's, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. Lovely detail there.
Yeah, it's just something different. Mom, I can't see. Are we there yet?
Yeah, I'll bring it back into daytime.
And then, of course, it has Navion written on the back of the seats, or Twin Navion written on the back of the seats with that normal decal.
Where's that written? I can't see that. See it on the front.
When you're in the front, I'm sorry.
Oh, in the front, right, yeah.
said the back. Yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed that's really good. Love that. It feels like luxury when you see things like that, eh? You just know that it wasn't built for the regular guy.
Yeah. It's just your Twin Navion. There's only 33 of these ever built of the Camair.
Oh,
now,
wow.
There is another Twin Navion. It's called the Temco D. Was
Yep.
another manufacturer that made Twin Navions.
Pretty
There's
cool.
actually a really good video of one. Scotty's Toy, I think, is the name of the plane.
Uh-huh.
And I believe he's in Canada. And there's a real good video that Alex Krogowski, I think is his last name,
Okay.
did of the full flight, like a walk around, got up in the air, landed with it, and then watched them take off and land with it. It was pretty cool. So some of the
awesome.
features that are in that plane I actually put in this plane.
That's amazing. Dan, since you're on with us, have you had a chance to take these guys out for a spin yet?
I've actually not yet, surprisingly enough. I've not actually touched Microsoft Flight Simulator in a while.
Okay, fair enough.
I've got to be converted over to X-Plane, which I know that'll be
right.
met with some quite bad reception for some people.
Fair enough.
No, but I'm going to fire it back up because I would like to try it. I'm really interested so far. Like all these little things that I've been hearing about so far, it's really interesting me actually.
That's what we like to
How
hear.
you said, like how you were saying earlier that I can go up to 10,000 feet on one engine. I was just making coffee and I heard it on my phone whilst I was making, whilst the kettle was around. I was like, what? That is really impressive.
Performance of this plane is amazing. Everything about it, I put into the plane. Like it has the exact speeds for like your VNE, your VFE, all of those. They're all 100% spot on.
That's really good to know. That's really good to know, because a lot of people don't realize, as good as an add-on may look, as good as it might seem to fly, that doesn't mean anything if the flight model doesn't actually match up to the true performance of the aircraft. And I'm not going to name names.
Are carbureted engines. So
yep.
If you go upside down, you're going to lose power.
That's cool. I'll tell you what, Tim, our good friend Tim, the corporate bio, that he would love to hear that, because he loves that kind of detail. He likes seeing those nuances come into it. And he was Tim was a commercial flight instructor for quite a while on various airplane types in general aviation. So.
Well, then he'll love the Navion B with its helmet. Its experimental hood, I call it.
All right. Okay.
It's probably the only plane in the sim that has that, to be truthful. I mean, who else is going to do something like that? This nut. And what made me do it was because of the guy that used this plane, the Camair, to get his instrument license on a twin. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's not the most. That would not be a lot of people's first choice.
No, not at all.
But
I
it
mean,
is
you
cool.
got the 310, you got the 414. Those planes are awesome, you know.
Yeah.
And here he picked the Camair to do it with. I was like, yeah, it's legit. You know, there's nothing that isn't. I actually added later on. I did 27 updates on this plane because I was learning still, you know.
Yep.
But in order for me to be able to afford everything, I had to make it a payware. So if you look at where the autopilot is, right above it, you have your trim meters.
Okay.
This plane actually has rudder control, where you could adjust the rudder.
Yep.
It has elevator control. You can adjust the elevator, and also has pitch
cool.
trim.
So
wherever you're at with those trims, it'll show you on that gauge.
And
then also down below where the pedestal is, where those knobs are that rotate, that's how they are in the real Camair.
Which knobs are we looking at? Oh, these ones here, the rudder trim and the elevator trim.
Yeah. Yep. And then I also put a trim gauge down there for the elevator.
I noticed that, actually. That's very cool.
The electronic one. Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah.
And then, of course, you have your unsafe light and then your 3 green for the wheels.
Yep.
And they all work.
That's awesome. Nick, this is awesome. That's great. I mean, these are the kind of details that, for guys like me that have been in flight simulation for so long, you know, it's not enough for things to just be flashy. We want to see it work. We want to feel like we're learning about the actual airplane that we're flying in the sim.
A lot of thought went into this one. And actually, if you want to follow an NDB, you have your NDB, your ADF, on the right-hand side, and you can actually tune into one, and it'll follow it for you.
Let's try HOL, which is 315. Hang on.
And this has dual stacks too, so you could change it with your COM 1, COM 2, and all that. And your nav 1, nav 2, and it'll set it all for you. And then make sure you hit the transfer button, and it'll do its thing.
Hopefully, if we're close enough. Where's the ADF?
And
actually?
then on the right hand side, it's right above the unit. See it there with the yellow arrow?
Yeah, there we go. So we've got Yep. There you go. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is pointing.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's following it, so.
Okay, we're close to an airport, so I'm going to let's let the speed bleed off
both,
a bit.
I think, yeah, both planes have the ELT. The ELT functions on this plane as well.
Oh, that's cool. Where's the switch for that?
It's right above the ADF.
Oh, right there, we see it. I love it. Oh my god, I've never seen that before. That's very cool. Right, we're gonna have to. I don't know which way this runway goes or where it goes, so we're gonna have to try.
And then in the Navion B, where I have the battery compartment, I actually modeled the ELT right next to the battery, like it is in the real Navion.
Oh, that's cool. I love how it makes, and it actually makes a noise, and you know,
you can actually see the ELT.
it actually makes a noise and flashes as well. You know, it's not just
yeah.
It's pretty cool. Oh, there's the runway. Okay, I see it. Okay. Grab the gear. See those lights coming into action. There's the unsafe light. There's the green. Very cool. I had to take my eyes off the cockpit there for a second just to look at it, but there we go. Again, this airplane does seem to have a fairly slow stall speed as well. You still with us, Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as slow as the Navion B because, of course, it's just a faster plane in general.
Yeah.
But yeah. I sped up the sim to catch up to you because you went straight. I'm so
sorry about that.
Plan.
Well, bit of a firmer landing, that one. 186, not too bad. Yeah, you weren't kidding about the barn doors there. I dropped full flaps that time, and that really seemed to slow it down. I think we missed our taxiway there. So this is someone remind me what airport we were landing at. I can't remember. LFOE. Dan, what airport was that again?
I'm sure it was LFRC. The one you just said.
This is available from Orbx. Yeah, if you could look up the studio as well, that'd be great.
Can you put it up on your GPS? Does not say on there.
Possibly. Are you on final?
Yeah, I'm not on final. I'm on base, kinda. Just trying to get to the airport as quick as I can.
See if I can still see you. Oh, I see you. Yep. We'll actually be able to get a landing on camera this time. There you go. Oh, okay, you're downwind, are you?
Is this a grass strip?
No. But you might have the I've got add-in scenery for this, so Fulville. If you see me on the ground, I'm currently on the apron.
Yeah, it's like a grass strip to me.
Yeah, it's possibly because it's just not modeled properly as default. That's alright, we'll still get you coming down. Oh, wait a minute. I can see a double, that could be a caching issue, actually. By the looks of it.
Oh, as I say, yeah, there is double.
Yeah, something...
I thought that's either a CD issue, or I didn't check the label on the pills I took this morning.
No, I think it might have something to do with the, there was recently an update for France, wasn't there? An update on the update. I think maybe something's kind of colliding there with the scenery, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, can see Nick turning base now.
Actually, I don't even see like the grass section to land on. Like I see it now, kind of.
Okay. Wow, look at this. This must be military. As you can see here, we've got military aircraft. So this full bill available from Orbx. There is a link in the show description down below. Watch as Nick comes in here. Just keep getting these disconnection warnings. I don't know what's going on.
These planes can land on any field.
They're just watching you come in. Nicely done. Look at that stopping distance. Absolutely astounding. Okay, while Nick's coming around there, we'll let's get a bit of a look at the airport. This is Regional Airport, Fulville. Also used by military, as mentioned. So, you know, by the looks of it, you will see. Looks like a Republic Française. Don't know about that one. That's interesting. Must be Air France. There's some light modeling in the area. This is part of. I love the control tower in this, actually. Very cool. It's not too expensive either. You can go check it out on Orbx if you're so inclined. And we are using this in conjunction with the French Northwest scenery, which has got quite a few little airports actually now. There's Nick coming around to. Don't know what's going on Microsoft servers these days, but never mind.
Is it Thursday?
Well, yeah. And actually, Dan, thanks for that. Dan's put a link through the product. But Nick, thank you so much. Absolutely amazing to have you on today, and I think it's been a lot of fun to learn about the Navion, but also to get a chance to fly it and try it out. We were going to try some icing, weren't we? I'll just do that quickly. Make sure our de-ice is off. It is.
Now, you go into death mode, you could really throw it on.
I was actually going to ask, is the Icing modelled in this aircraft?
Yes.
Oh, that's very good.
Snow. How do I change the temperature? That's what I'm after.
Bring it down to like -60 or something. That'll probably ice it up pretty good.
Oh, there's temperature. Bring it down -30. Let's try that. Drop the pressure as well.
I'm shivering just thinking of that.
Yeah, you might be right. Let's bring it down to -60.
Well, if this doesn't
that's
work,
a Fahrenheit,
I'll show you. I'll show you real quick.
Okay, no worries. I'll probably get mind you, everything's hot right now, so I should probably turn it off. We'll see what happens.
Do you have de-icing on?
No, I don't.
Okay. Because it won't ice up if you...
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it this way. Hit escape, go to options, go to general options.
Yep.
Turn dev mode on.
Okay, how do you do that? Environmental? Developers.
Yep, developers. Just turn it on.
Okay, yep.
Alright, and then now you'll have a bar on the very top of your screen.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Where that bar is, click on options.
Yep.
And then scroll down to icing and just put that bar all the way to the top. Or all the way to the right. It's the big blue bar in the middle. There you go.
Yeah,
Just slide it all the way to the right. Now take a look at it. Take a look at your plane.
Oh, wow.
That's full ice.
Wait for my stream to catch up. Oh my god, that's a lot.
Now while you're looking at the wing right here, do that again. Go back to the icing.
Okay.
In the dev screen.
Yep.
And then just slide the bar, and you'll see how much there is and how much there isn't.
Oh my god.
That is really
Now, if you turn on the de-icers right now, both of them,
Yep.
you can actually watch it dissipate.
cool. Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, like put it like right there, and then go to the de-icing in the plane, and then turn them both on.
All right, that's done.
So put one on high, and the other one just on. The one's for the prop, and the other one's for the airframe. And then you can actually sit there and watch it melt.
That's incredible. That's the sort of level of detail that I love.
Isn't it, though? That's really cool. Oh, yeah!
Isn't that cool?
Oh,
And now
wow.
if you go to your dev mode and look at your icing, you can actually see the rate went up a whole lot more than what it normally is when it just regularly melts
Oh, yeah, okay, I see.
with the de-icing on. That's one way that we can check it whenever we're developing. Now, there's actually settings that you can set this to change the rate.
Yeah.
And by default, when you put on de-icing on any plane that's a default Asobo plane, it's instant. Like, it instantly melts the ice. It's so
Oh, right, okay.
unrealistic. So I made it so that you can actually watch it, disappear.
Fantastic. Well,
That's so cool.
what a better way to finish than we can see, and we can see the really see the light cones on here now. We've got
Yeah.
fog and everything like that. Nick,
Yeah, turn on and off your taxi light, and you'll see the difference between the taxi light and the landing light.
okay.
There's two different cones for them.
Okay, there's the landing light. Yeah.
So
Oh,
see how
yeah.
it's more narrow.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
But it goes out way further, and then the other one's like a floodlight, and it's wider and doesn't go as far because it's a taxi light.
That's cool.
All those little details.
Fantastic. Oh man, that's great. Right. Well, with that being said, thank you everyone for coming on. TPHI is saying great showcase of the Navions. It's all the little details that count. Yeah, it is indeed. Definitely.
Thanks for coming along, TPHI and Mrs.
Yeah, really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for the company,
William
guys.
Kelly and everybody. I mean, Brett Plays, all you guys. That was great.
I think J-Hog, he did drop in briefly to say hello. Huge thanks to you, Nick. It's just been wondrously entertaining, informative, and of course, Two Cats was right on it. He had his money ready. He's like, take my money, which is always nice to see. Don't forget, you can get both the Navion B and the Camair Twin. Directly from Orbx. There are links in the show description notes. So if you want to pick up either or both, it's such a fantastic value. I don't know why you wouldn't want both, to be fair.
Yeah, you can get it in the marketplace. It's on Xbox. It's everywhere.
Yep. It's everywhere. Yeah. So, but if you need help, there are links in the show description. You're welcome, says Mrs. TPH. Great. Apart from that, Nick, thanks for coming on, and hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much, and we'll be talking to you again, of course, on Sky Blue Radio.
Thanks for having me.
And Dan, of course, thanks for popping in the end, even though you slept in. I don't know what to say.
I know, I feel awful, but
you're a disgrace.
For a little bit, at least. I was a disgrace. He
was watching his Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's supposed to be a secret no one's supposed to know about.
And with that, from all of us at Positive Rate, we wish you a fantastic Saturday and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Scotland for the Six Nations. Take care, folks. All the best, and we'll see you next time.